What's up team, so good to see you as always, and if you are new to the channel, welcome to the Lean Machines family. You are welcome. Don't forget to subscribe for loads of free, awesome information just like what we're talking about today.
Today we are talking about the 3 most important things to consider with your training when your goal is to build muscle.
Before we get into the nitty-gritty, clever, next level stuff, let's take it back one more time, if I don't pull my hair out, and use a simple phrase: progressive overload. We've used it a million times before. When it comes to building muscle, progressive overload is so important, and it basically means pushing yourself harder and further than you've done in the previous session. Every time you get in there, just smashing it. Simple as that.
So we're assuming that you have already been working by trying to increase your weights and your reps in the gym. So now we're going to take it one step further and we're going to break it down to 3 categories.
Can I do it? Can I do it?
Go on, you do it. So we're going to draw a triangle. So on that triangle at the top, we are going to have intensity, we're going to have frequency, and we're going to have volume. Each one of these represent different parameters to train. They will give you different results.
Okay, John, well done. You've given the audience 3 really colourful words. Fantastic. But what do they mean? What do the guys and girls need to know about these 3 words, a little triangle, to build as much potential muscle as possible?
Cool. So basically, these 3 kind of training protocols, parameters, whatever you want to call them, really just need to be manipulated to suit your goals. Each one has its own pros and cons, and sometimes they play off against each other a little bit. So let's start with the one which really revolves the majority around building muscle, and that is volume. So this is something bodybuilders will really concentrate quite hard on. Volume simply means the amount. It could be the amount of reps you do in one session, the amount of sets you do in a week, the amount of reps of one exercise you do on one muscle group, the total amount of weight you lift in 1 week, 1 year. It really just means the amount. It has its pros, it has its cons. Its pros are it's going to stimulate quite a lot of muscle growth. The cons are it's going to make recovery a lot harder.
Yeah, and also when we're looking back at the triangle, one area of the triangle that's going to be massively sacrificed when it comes to working in volume, when John was talking about recovery, is intensity, which is basically where most of your strength gains are made.
Yeah, exactly that. Intensity basically means how intense your workout is. So basically, if your 1 rep max on a bench press is 100 kilos, the closer you are to that, the more intense your workout is. So a strength session, which is based on intensity, might be 5 sets of 5 deadlifts to start with. And you can see, if you compare that to a volume workout, they're going to break the back down a lot more with more sets, more reps. It could be lat pull down, 3 sets of 15 reps. It could then be bent over rows. It could then be all these different things, and they're going to do more volume in that one workout, but they're not going to lift the same weights. So obviously both of these actually apply to building muscle. So what you can do is you can do a hybrid between the 2. It could be you start your session with some compound heavy lifts, like deadlifts 5 sets of 5, quite intense. You could then move and start breaking down to higher reps, more sets, more exercises. Or you could literally split the weeks up. You could do a week of kind of heavy stuff, which is quite intense, and then you could do a week of more volume-based stuff.
So there's one piece of this little triangle that's being neglected at the moment.
Yeah.
And it's one of my favourite bits for gunnage. It's all about frequency. How often?
Yeah, so frequency will be changed depending on what parameters you're working in. For example, if you're doing volume, you're doing a lot of work. Your sessions are going to be much longer. So your recovery is not going to be as good, so your frequency will go down. Whereas if you're working on intensity, you're doing strength, your rest breaks are longer, your sessions and the total amount of kind of reps you do in a workout is going to be shorter. So you should be able to recover faster, so you can do an extra session.
Yeah.
This is great if you have lagging muscle parts. Let's say your biceps are hanging behind. Instead of doing 1 session a week on biceps, you could add an extra session in. That is increasing your frequency on your bicep exercises.
Okay, I'm going to give you a simple scenario so we can break it down even further. Joe Bloggs is going in the gym. He's not getting any stronger and is always feeling tired. What's wrong?
Yeah, so if you're going to the gym, you're eating the right amount of foods for your goals and you're trying to get stronger but it's not happening, then chances are your either volume or your frequency is too high and you're just too tired, you're too fatigued to really get the optimal amount of performance you want to gain strength. Okay, so my turn. So what if I want to build muscle?
Yeah.
I'm going to the gym twice a week.
Yeah.
I'm doing 3 exercises, 3 sets of 10, and I'm not getting the results I want.
Well, that's pretty much the whole country. Well, that's pretty easy. Your volume's too low. It's as simple as that. You're not doing enough in your sessions. When we're going to go back to when John was saying about the amount of reps, the amount of sets, the amount of accumulative work that you get in your sessions week, month, year.
Also, you could increase your frequency. If you're only going twice a week, you can move it up to 3, 4 times a week, even 5. It's really just find that balance in that. If you start hitting 6 or 7 sessions a week, good luck. But just to bear in mind, if you're doing that much frequency, your volume might need to come down as well.
So we're going to leave it there. If you've got any other questions, because it can be a bit of a funny subject when there's loads of different words and phrases that you may not have heard before going on, drop a comment below. We will do our best to reply to all of them. If you loved it and you're already building muscle just by watching this video, give it a massive thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. And we will see you same time, same place next week.
See you guys.
See you later, guys.